Getting to that next step in your career as a trainer and assessor requires you to develop professionally and personally. We know this because there are a lot of changes to regulations and policies and procedures within training organisations, but also on a personal level, you know that with time, things like your own experiences and dealing with people is a huge part of your role. So that becomes an integrated part of any professional development. So there are 5 parts of professional development that we're going to look at. The first one is modeling professional behaviours. So when we talk about professional behaviours, we talk about your adherence to things like compliance standards, internal policies and procedures, and the like. But we also refer to your personal growth and how that is modelled when it comes to relating to other people, discussing problems, also establishing the best way to deal with student complaints and things like that. The second step is to contribute to your own professional development through things like having a professional development plan in place. Now, most PDPs that are out there in the corporate world vary from being very strict key performance indicator based plans through to personal development, through to professional development, including doing courses and attending conferences and so on. With any good professional development plan, you have to have a lot of input. I would like to say 80-20. In other words, 80% you, 20% the organisation. There's no rule of thumb there that actually applies to all organisations. So discuss that with anybody within your organisation who is in that place of human resources. So number 3 is to network. One of the great things about the training and assessment industry in Australia is that it's quite a close-knit community. There's competition, sure, but if you find people in the industry that are doing the same thing as you, or maybe are ahead of you in their career pathway, then they're great to get to know. They might have personal insights into how to do things better. They also might have that tacit knowledge around maybe dealing with regulators or compliance standards within your organization. So it's great to set up a network, and we have to make use now of digital network systems, things like LinkedIn and other professional groups out there that you can be a part of. Number 4 is to participate in any professional development activities. This includes things like attending conferences, attending courses, and generally maintaining your currency, both in vocational education and in your industry. There are a number of ways to do this, and undoubtedly over the period of time that you've been a trainer and assessor, you've discovered a lot of this. However, look outside what you currently know and look for other areas where you might be able to participate in professional development. One of the things I do personally is I'm a bit of a YouTube fan, and I'll go looking for YouTube content creators who are in the teaching or adult learning space. And most of them, sadly, are overseas, but that's okay. It's good to get different perspectives. So that's another thing you can do. And lastly, part 5 of developing your professional and personal self is to reflect. Reflection is that activity where you sit, think about what's happened, and write down exactly what you learned from the activities. There isn't really a circumstance that goes by where there is not an opportunity to learn something. But unless you reflect on it, or at least acknowledge some of the things that you can improve, then you'll hit a stagnant point. And something I know about people who want to undertake the diploma is that they're not satisfied with where they're at. So I would assume that you're actually hungry to reflect and then discuss some of the findings with others in your industry, which takes you back to step 3, the whole networking idea. So that's professional development in a nutshell. I really wish you the best undertaking the rest of your course, but I hope this has given you a nice, clear overview of the expectations of actually undertaking your own professional and personal development.